Hi, welcome to the chapter 5. Hope you are doing good and learning lots of things in this course. So still lots of techniques are there to learn. Like, let's go to the today's topic: optimizing and taking advantage of our talent or our strengths, right? So before going to today's this chapter, I want to explain you about what is talent, how to find a talent. If you are not having a talent, how to recognize it, how to make it as a passion. These are all things you are going to learn. So what is talent normally? See, some people will born with talent. We say that if the person is born with talent, he is good in singing. So the talent came by birth. So these are all things we listen it. Normally some people, they are good in memorizing fast, and some people good in learning things fast. So these all things we listen it, we see in our surroundings, and we sometimes, if you are not having some so and so, like if you are not recognizing your talent, you feel as you are lacking something, whereas you automatically degrade yourself, automatically demotivate yourself. But today you are not going to do such things. So normally in general, if you are a student, you observe that few students, they perform well by studying less hours. Or if you are an employee, you observe that few employees will perform very excellently, and they get recognized in short time of span in the organization. These all things we observe. What is it what you can do to get recognition, what you can do to optimize your performance, what you can do to improve your productivity, improve your performance. All these things you are going to learn today, right? So the first thing is, what is talent, right? See, normally talent is nothing but doing the things in a smarter way or the faster way. Is nothing but the task is done or the work is done. The talent is without working hard, doing naturally. What are the things we get doing naturally? That is nothing but a talent. Suppose example, the talented people don't work more, they don't invest time much, and they finish work faster. And few people can memorize faster, few people can write stories, few people can speak fluently, or few are good in the games, few are good in the education, few are good in the communication, few are good in the public speaking. All these talents we are going, it will be there, right? So one thing I want to clear it, right? You should identify your own talent. How to identify your own talent, you are going to learn today, right? The first thing is, find your talent. So how you are going to find your talent? Before going to how to identify your talent, how to make your talent as a passion, just I want to give one sentence: talent can be beaten by hard work. So what are the things though the talented people are having, if the talented people are not investing time to rebuild their skills, if the talented people are not investing time to learn the things, they will be there only. But the skillful person, the person who learns continuously, he can beat the talented person, right? So any person who is not much talented can beat the talented person by working hard, by upgrading their skills, right? So next thing is, how to find your talent. You have to find your talents, you have to recognize, people will say you are good in this, they appreciate you in some works. Like, if you are unable to find out your talent, you have to find the ways how to find your talent. Like, sometimes you've done some work, and people appreciate those works, and people will be more happy with those works. So those are the nothing but the talents which you are having, but you take time to recognize them, right? You have to recognize your talent, you have to rebuild your skills, right? If you notice your talent, if you identify your talent, next thing is, you have to build it, correct? Without building our talent, upgrading our talent, we can't get success. Next thing is, what makes you better, what makes you to feel better. Sometimes we say that my passion is to teach, so I won't say like that only. So I do that. My passion is to play. If I say this, and if I sit in the home, is it my passion? The passion means you should think you in 24 hours. So you should think while eating, you should think while walking, you should think while doing some work. So ultimately, what you are building, naturally you are going to build the passion by doing what you love to do or what you like to do, right? This is what finding a key talents we say. Key talents will become the passion. Once the passion, you are finding your passion naturally, you get progress automatically, right? So what makes you better is very important. Sometimes we alter our works, sometimes we alter our tasks, sometimes we alter our passion. So this takes some time, right? It won't it won't be found in a short time of span, but it takes time to identify your exact passion, what you wanted to do in your life, right? You have to find it. As a student, you have to find a passion to study. As a employee, you have to find a passion to get promoted, to work more harder. Next thing is focus on your energies. As I said, willpower is nothing but totally the bulk of the battery. Like it's a type of a battery where you are having energy. If you are wasting your energies in your other works, so what happens? You are losing you are losing time to develop your talent. You are losing time to develop your skills. So this is where you have to focus on your energies or the task what you are doing. If you are not concentrating much, if you are not focusing, using willpower well, so ultimately what happens? You are not going to upgrade your talent, or if you are not going to use it properly. Next thing is improve them and use them. So once, suppose example, you are good in speaking, you have to improve the speaking skills, you have to improve your language, you have to improve your vocabulary. Once you improve them, you have to use them. How to use them? See, opportunities, you get lots of time. If you are a student, if you are good in speaking, you get lots of opportunities in your school from events. If you are an employee, you even get opportunities whenever the presentations are there. So what it's one example of the person who is good in speaking. But it's a show time. What is a show time? You are developing everything. You are using your time properly by time management. You are using your willpower properly. You are managing it every task properly. You are developing your skills. You are developing, finding your passion. So the time comes where you have to show your skills. The time comes where you have to use your talent. That is very important. That is nothing but action part, right? Execution part. So this part is very important. Whenever you get an opportunity, grab it. Though it is a small or a big opportunity, don't think that it's a very small opportunity, I want to try for the big opportunity. No. So many successful people came to that position by using the smaller opportunities. So you have to use the small opportunities well, with excellent performance, what are the skills you are having. Ultimately you get bigger platforms. So at a time you won't get a bigger platforms. So with smaller opportunities, if the opportunities you are not getting, you create it, because you are having a talent or you are developing a talent. So this is what you have to do, right? Always focus on your energies, and the best person makes use of his time or her time in a proper way. This is what you are going to learn in this course. If you are a student, the person who is working in a professional environment, or if you are an leader, any person, if you are implementing these strategies properly, you are going to upgrade your performance, and you are going to do well in short time of span. So this is what optimizing and taking of advantages. Sometimes we feel pressure because of not doing the task, because of not completing the task in a proper time. So pressuring ourselves, how it helps us. Sometimes we go into the pressure and we degrade ourselves, or we won't perform well. So how to make pressure in our favor, whereas we can perform well, whereas we can do well, whereas you can put your 100% in the time in the hard times also, or in the peak times also. This is what you are going to learn. Some people though they are very talented, though they are very excellent with their skills, but they lose their grip when they are in the pressure, right? So these things we have to learn. Sometimes our life puts us in a situation where it's going to face a tough phase, or the pressurizing phase, or the time comes where you have to finish the task very fastly. So this pressurizing, you have to control it. How to control it, I am going to add you in the next video of part 2 of the same chapter. And no need to worry, you are going to get a PDF file of this presentation. You can note down the important points. Let's go to the how to use pressurizing in our favor. Welcome to the part 2 of chapter 5, that is pressuring yourself effectively. Normally, nobody wants to be in a pressurizing situation, or nobody wants to go into the peak times and put themselves into the pressurizing place where they feel uncomfortable. Sometimes it drags to the negative thoughts also, and it affects their talent and skills also, because most effective person also sometimes in pressure they forget the basic things, basic ethics, basic skills to implement in their life. So some say, like, this is one situation. Today you are going to learn how to convert a pressurizing situation to the positive, like how to convert pressure into the positive. So normally you are going to learn today. And there are second category of people where they say that they are most effective when they are in a pressurizing situations. They are most effective when they get the peak time, or they when the deadlines get the near. These are the different types of people we find, right? Everyone is not having the same mindset. But coming to the first category of people, those who feel pressure in the peak times, those who feel pressure and go into the negative thoughts, and they themselves doubt, they lose their motivation, they lose everything, right? So this is the first category of people where I'm going to talk about. And coming to the second category of people, they are most effective in the pressurizing situations, but sometimes they need to learn the techniques also, right? So normally many people they forget that self motivation is very important. Sometimes no one will be there with us to motivate us. At those times we get most effective way is to get self motivated. And normally in general day to day life, whenever you wake up from the bed, you have to motivate yourself, and no one is going to come and wake up you, and no one is going to remember your goals, right? So this is where you have to learn, motivate yourself. Most people, what they think is, they wait for the other people to be motivated, what they want to pursue in their life, what they want to achieve in their life. See, normally no one needs us to motivate. You yourself are the best motivator, you yourself are the best energetic powerhouse, where you can do anything once you think, right? There are a number of people, we see they achieved success in the older age also. So this is where you have to find yourself first, right? Next, don't keep on thinking into actions and drain your energy. Don't think, but keep on bringing into the action. If you're thinking, there are many great ideas will come into the success position when they put into the action. So don't keep on thinking, put those thoughts into the action, right? So there are three techniques where you can use to come out of this pressurizing situations. Normally scientifically scientifically they have proven something, and increase your willpower and 2% of work in the society. What is this three strategies, right? When you are aware of yourself, when you are aware of your goals, when you are aware of your passion, when you are aware of your life, so automatically their emotions, the emotions will be created within you, right? So you have to bring awareness of yourself, what you want to become, what is your goal, what are your values, what are your ethics, what are your targets, what these, everything you have to put into the brain. You, every time you have to think. Ultimately what happens, those thoughts will become into the emotions. Once the emotion builds, scientifically they prove that emotions are very strong, right? Once the emotion is built within you, ultimately you come into the action part. So this is where you have to create an emotion. What is that emotion? I want to become a software engineer, I want to become an IAS officer. You're thinking, but you are bringing to the action with the emotions, right? What is that strong emotion which allows you to bring into the action? That you have to think. Next is increase willpower. So how to increase willpower? I said what is willpower, how to use willpower. How to increase willpower? We can increase willpower by giving a reward to ourselves, and there will be a bulk of willpower in a day where human beings get, right? You have to use effectively, and you have to use where you can, and you can increase willpower with your concentration, with your attention, with your focus, All these things by making an attention of my body energies, by making an attention of my body status, by making attention of my mind status, by keeping a concentration into the one place, right? You have to be able to use them properly, and you can increase them with your self confidence, you can increase them with your self power, right? One suppose example, you are having a willpower up to work only 2 hours in a day effectively and efficiently. So what you are going to do is you are going to make it to the 2.5 hours. How you are going to make? You are putting yourself into the pressurizing place where you are thinking, today I am going to work effectively and efficiently for 2.5 hours. You put a dedication to yourself, ultimately you increase your willpower, you increase your energies, you increase your emotions, you increase your thoughts, you increase your actions, you increase your belief system. Everything changes once you plan it, right? Once you think it. So this is where, so normally scientifically they proven that emotions plays very important part to put into actions what are the thoughts you are having, what are the ideas you are having, and we can increase our willpower. And in a society, normally what you are listening, Steve Jobs or Sachin Tendulkar, or you can take many great Bill Gates, many successful people. So how they become more successful, how they got recognition in the market. You know, the KFC, he the person who started with at the age of 65. So many young entrepreneurs or the old past 5 to 10 years or 20 years back, those who became millionaires, or the present, the entrepreneurship is very focused in the present generation, how they are challenging themselves, how they are improving themselves, how they are challenging the market. So this is all the people around all over the world. Only 2% of people in the society are using their emotions properly and using their willpower properly. And these all successful people what we are listening in the society, what are the successful, the Ambani, the topmost richest people in the world, or you can see the topmost businessmen in the world. All these people, how we get to know they are also having 24 hours as like us. However, they are going into the different level where they are using their superpowers, they are using their emotions properly, they are increasing their willpower. This is what only 2% in the society they are using the techniques properly. If you can able to use these techniques properly, you are going to be change your life first. Afterwards, you are going to become. You need to pressure your inner voice sometimes to come up and start doing work. You need to challenge yourself first. See, pressurizing your times will challenge yourself first, then the world will challenge you. So these times you have to start your inner voice, your guts, your belief system, to believe yourself, to motivate yourself, to use your energies into your favor. See, no one is going to come and help you when you fail, but when you get a success, everyone comes and talks to you. This is where the world. So in pressurizing situations, only the closed and near ones will help you. Even those people won't understand your emotions. Even the one people can't help you in some certain situations. So in those times, you have to come up with your inner voice, what you are, what are the energies you are having. You have to use those things. So this is what optimizing and pressurizing, making it a positive way. In the chapter 5, you have learnt. This is where you are changing your thought system, your process system. Try to write down some points after the end of this chapter. What are the situations which makes you to feel pressurized? What are the situations which demotivate you? What are the situations which bring you into the negative thoughts? What are the situations will make you weak? You have to write those situations and you have to overcome with your own confidence. This is where the most successful people, they do it. They do in each and every day, they do in each and every task, they do in each and every work, whereas they become a master of their own mind. So right. So before going to the next chapter, 6th chapter, power of powers, I want to explain you what is dopamine, how it is how it works in our brain, or how it affects our life, right? So I will give a small example. Everyone, we were in schools, we got some prizes, right? Though in the co-curricular activities or in the sports, we got some prizes, right? So after getting a prizes on the stage, how we feel? We are the winners of the world. How our face blushes. Ultimately, if a child is going on the stage to take a trophy of the sports, he feels that he is a champion of the school. If a child got first in the essay writing, when he or she goes to take a certificate, what happens? You see the face of the child, everywhere his body, every part of his body feels blushes, every part of his body feels happy. So what makes that charm, what makes that energies, right? That is nothing but a dopamine in our brain. Normally whenever we achieve something, there are bubbles of happiness in our brain. So those bubbles will be like bubbles only. But when we feel most happy in the life, when we feel most happy in the moments or in the time, at those times those bubbles will be blasted. So when the bubbles will be blasted, ultimately what happens? I am giving an example, like there won't be exact bubbles in our brain, but an example, right? Those bubbles will be blasted. Ultimately, like our brain gets a winning moment. We feel we are the champion. We feel we are the successful. We feel we are the great person. So what is this? This is a dopamine. So optimizing ourselves, pressurizing, using our pressurizing into the positive way. This method is also very important. So any record can be broken once you try to do it. So what are the things that you start the day? You start the day by thinking that this is the last day. This is the last day to achieve the target. This is the last day to achieve the milestone. So you become owner of your own personality. You become master of your own personality. This is where the feeling of accomplishment comes. For example, you made a target of doing some task in the particular day. After finishing the target, what you feel? You feel an achievement, right? You feel happy. You celebrate yourself within yourself. Those celebrations are very important in life. You have to celebrate it. Today you have done something. Celebrate it. Celebrate with full heart, right? Next thing is dopamine rush. We say it as a dopamine rush. Whenever we achieve something, the dopamine rush will come into our brain and it makes us a winning moment, a very happy moment. So this is where it happens in our brain, which feels motivated. Automatically we feel motivated. So for example, you are a child, you are playing a cricket match in your school. You don't know how to play cricket, right? Your friends forced to play cricket, and you don't know how to bat, you don't know how to field. What happens suddenly? You are just playing the game because of your friends, right? Because your friends requested you. So ultimately what happens? The situation comes in that day, whereas everyone got out in the second innings. There is a target of 3 runs to win, and only 1 ball left, and you are in the crease. So what happens? Everyone there, they are supporting you. Everyone is giving a tips to you. By chance, by luckily, you hit a 4. What happens? What happens? You won the match. You don't know how to field. You don't know how to bat, right? That moment, what happens? Everyone comes to you and everyone lifts you and everyone says you are a good cricketer. Suddenly they changed your personality. Suddenly you get motivated. Suddenly dopamine rush comes to you. So what happens? Self-motivation starts. Next day you come to the ground first. Before coming everyone, you come to the ground and you wait for them. What happens? What is this situation? This is what the dopamine rush makes you. This is what the dopamine rush feels, makes you to feel motivated, makes you to do more work, right? So this is where successful people, they enjoy themselves. A small success they enjoy. So for example, today I plan to read one paragraph. Okay, that is only one paragraph, a small paragraph. I read it. I completed my task. I achieved my task. I have to celebrate it. Today I planned for one chapter, or today I planned for something to do. Complete it. Achieve the success. Enjoy the dopamine rush. This is where the successful people will do. And the winning moments are very important. You have to enjoy the winning moments, right? Next, implement plans and make it a habit. So once you make a plans, you make it a habit. You make it a habit of using it in the positive way. You make it a habit of using it in your way, where You have to like feel, yes, today I got up, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to finish it. You think it, you are going to do it. Just you have to think it and feel it. The action comes automatically. So this is where, so just I want to like suggest you, never allow your brain to satisfy. See, satisfaction is very important in life, but in this dopamine rush, what happens, you know, if you achieve something, if you feel satisfied, you won't try again. It's same like hungry. Whenever we feel hungry, we eat, we try to eat, right? uh, if you are not having hungry, you can't achieve anything. So after achieving some success, or after achieving initial success, never get satisfied, never get satisfied yourself with yourself. You have to try hard, you have to set new goals, you have to make it a habit, right? Always think that this today is the last day, and start your plans, start implementing your plans. Ultimately you are going to use it, right? This is where you have to plan, never get satisfied. And let's go to the chapter 6, power of powers. It's very interesting. Let's move to the chapter 6.